Good day, everyone. This is Coach Reese coming at you with another great video. I'm hoping all is well with you and your family and that you're enjoying your day. Today's video is entitled Rejoice in Happiness and Pain. And I feel that this video is very important, young people, because, it's easy to rejoice when you experience something very happy, a very good occasion, I should say, like if you score an A on your test, or when you guys grow up and get married, and those are very happy occasions, right? But unfortunately, young people, you're going to experience some pain in your life. You may experience the death of a loved one, or some other tragic event, so you have to learn how to rejoice in pain as well. Because young people, it is not healthy for you to hunker down and stay in a very sad position in life. Because I'm just going to let you know, young people, your life is going to move forward regardless if you want it to or not. So it's important to always to have a very happy and a very positive attitude every single day, because not only is it good for you as a person, it is also good for your spirit as well. And it's just good. In my opinion, I feel it is good for your health as well, to always try to remain happy regardless if it's a good occasion or a sad occasion. Okay. Um, right now, I have three things that I like to touch on before I start my video. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. My first point is this, young people. It's not good to complain, because I think when you complain, young people, you put yourself in a very negative, bad position, right? And, if you complain all the time about this and that and the third, you're just going to put yourself in a locked position of negativity. And I'm going to tell you, that is not a good place to be. Not only is it not good for yourself, it's not good for other people to hear that. So in other words, what I'm trying to say, like, your family and friends may not want to talk to you because you constantly complain about this and that and the third. And so what may happen, young people, the more that you complain, you may wind up being at the position where you're by yourself the majority of the time, you know. And also, young people, it's like I say, complaining is just not a good place to be. Okay, and it's just going to cause you a lot of unnecessary misery and pain. Yes, I understand you. We all have trials and tribulations that we face, and I get that. But young people, it's important to learn how to deal with that, you know, and try to, instead of complaining, always seek the good in every situation. Even if you fail at something, young people, that can be a learning experience. Does that make any sense? There's an old saying that you learn from your mistakes. So if you didn't succeed the first time with something, you have to try something different. But that doesn't mean that you have to be sad, for extended period of time because you didn't succeed or, accomplish your goal. I think I heard a very successful person say this: millionaires fail their way to the top. I want you to write that down. If you desire to be a very wealthy person, I want you to write this down. Millionaires fail their way to the top. Millionaires accept failure, but they do not quit until they accomplish their goals. And, that's the mindset that you should have. You should take a failure as a learning experience and grow from it. Okay. The other point I wanted to make is I want you to try your best to stay away from negative people. You know, if you hang around a lot of negative people, I believe in my heart over time, you will become a very negative person. You will get into that negative zone of complaining about this and that and the third. And then when you get with your buddies that are negative people, you guys will go back and forth complaining about this and that and the third. And then you'll drag that negativity into your family. If you're married, if you grow up to get married, you're going to be coming home and complaining about this and that and the third to your wife. And I'm just going to tell you, you just brewing up a big stew of misery, right? When you're around your friends, when you're around your friends, you are brewing up that negative mentality. When you're at home, you brew up that negative mentality. And I'm gonna tell you, young people, you're just setting yourself up to be in a bad position of negativity and failure. It's just my humble opinion. I honestly believe that you fail yourself when you remain in a negative position. I'm going to repeat that. I believe in my heart that you fail yourself if you remain in a negative position. Okay, young people. The last point I want to say is this. Um, Regardless of how hard or difficult a situation is, if you have a particular task that needs to be done, you need to figure out how to get it done. You know, so like for example, if you don't like cleaning the house, it doesn't do any good for you to sit around and complain about cleaning the house, because all that time you're complaining, you can be getting the job done. Does that make any sense? Sometimes you're going to have things that you need to do that are not enjoyable or pleasant to you, right? So you have to figure out how to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? So, like me personally, I hate cleaning the house or whatever. But at this point, I thank God that I pay somebody right now to clean my house. I thank God for that. But if I did not have that resource, I would just have to get up and clean my house. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm currently single, and I'm the only one living here. So I'm the only one that has to get the job done, right? So, young people, you know, in life, you're going to experience trials and tribulations. You're going to experience things that you may not want to do, but like I say, you have to figure out how to get the job done. Going to college is not easy. You understand what I'm saying? And some of the classes that you're going to take, you may not enjoy, but you have to figure out how to get the job done, okay? So just try to stay in the positive lane, young people, and do what you need to do to get the job done. I'm going to go ahead and start my letter. The title of my letter today is Rejoice in Happiness and Pain. Rejoice in happiness and pain. I remember my grandmother was a true symbol of happiness. Rarely did I ever see my grandmother sad. I distinctly always remember my grandmother being happy. Even down to answering the phone, Grandma would say happy words as she was walking to the phone. She would say, as she was walking to the phone, she would say, "Telephone to glory." I did not quite understand what that meant, but I knew in my heart she was happy. One of the few times I seen my grandmother sad was when my grandfather died. I never saw the sad face, but I knew in my heart my grandmother was saddened by the loss. Sometimes I would be sad or complaining around my grandmother, and she would tell me, quote, you do not have a right to complain because you have never experienced real struggle. You see, my grandmother was forced to drop out of school so she can help my great grandfather farm. The girls in the family would stay home and do all of the cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the children. And the men would go out and farm all day to generate income for the family. Yes, my grandmother was right in telling me this, because when I would help my grandmother gather food from the garden, I would complain how hard I had to work. My grandmother used to tell me, do not let anyone steal your joy. I wish that I would practice this all the time. You see, my mom is very ill right now, and the doctors say that her health is in decline. Basically, the doctors say that my mom is reaching the end of her life. I need to be disciplined to allow God to do his will. I believe that God has all the power, grace, and mercy. I must stand in the midst of my sadness and move forward in my life. Young people, you must learn to rejoice in happiness and pain. Yes, we all, as human beings, struggle with something at some point in our lives. Young people, you must find strength in young people, you must find strength in your spirit to stand in the midst of your pain. Just as exercise is good for the body, strength is good for your spirit. When your spirit is strong, you will be able to stand in the midst of pain. Find ways to strengthen your spirit so that when trials come, you have the strength and will to stand. Okay, young people, that ends my letter for today. And in all my videos, I touch on the topic of wisdom. I touch on a point of the topic of critical thinking. And then I conclude my video with the ending statement of practice. So I'm going to go ahead and start my 3 points on wisdom. Point number 1, wise people are good listeners. Point number 2, wise people have the thirst or desire to learn good knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Point number 2 is very important. Wise people have the thirst or desire to learn good knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Point number 3, wise people have the courage to teach their wisdom. Point number 3, wise people have the courage to teach their wisdom. So young people, I encourage you all to do your research on the topic of wisdom. And I pray, young people, that you pursue wisdom with the utmost seriousness. If you pursue wisdom with the utmost seriousness, young people, it will bless you in the long run, okay? I have a statement dealing with critical thinking, and it goes like this. I have a statement with dealing with critical thinking, and it goes like this. Always be a critical thinker, young people, especially when making big decisions. Always be a critical thinker, young people, especially when making big decisions. So, young people, I encourage you all to do your research on the topic of critical thinking. And I encourage you to discuss the topic of critical thinking with your parents or guardians, and they will help you navigate the differences between making big decisions and minor decisions. Young people, in my opinion, the sooner you become a critical thinker, the better off you'll be, and it will help you in the long run, okay? I'm going into my ending statement of practice. I love you, young people. I want the best for you. I want you to practice using love and wisdom in all that you do. Life is a game that you must learn how to play. Practicing love and wisdom with your family, friends, and loved ones creates a powerful team. Love conquers all, young people, even if you feel defeated. So, young people, I encourage you to keep loving and keep growing and gaining in wisdom, and God will bless you in a mighty way. I encourage you, young people, to hit the thumbs up on this video. I encourage you, young people, to share this content with family, friends, and loved ones. And I encourage you all to subscribe to my channel. At the end of the day, young people, I want you to accomplish all your goals and dreams in life. And I want you to be the best person that you can be every single day of your life. That is very important, young people. I have one more nugget of wisdom before I officially conclude this video. Don't ever think that you're better than anyone else, young people, but rather think of yourself as just as good as anyone else. Humility is a vital key to a successful life. I pray that you also take that nugget of wisdom to heart. Okay, young people, I just want to conclude my video by saying this. May God bless you and may God keep you until we meet again.